my name is Loxley Banks. I'm an educator at TC Esterhuizen Primary School, and the lesson that you are going to see presented this morning is one of a number of lessons that I'll be presenting to a grade 2 class. One of the methodologies that we'll be using is the total physical response, also called TPR. And TPR is a requirement not only of what is part of the CAPS curriculum, but is actually a system of learning a first additional language, or learning language really, through total physical response. We found, and research has found, that children learn a whole lot easier and a whole lot better when they learn kinesthetically. In other words, when they learn through use of their body movements. And so if you look at this morning's lesson, for example, you'll see that the children came in, and after we've greeted and settled down, one of the first things we did was to have them sing a song. And when they sing a song and follow instructions in these songs, it gets them to respond to commands and cues that you give them. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet, boom, boom. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet, boom, boom. If you're happy and you know it, do all three, boom, boom. The next activity that we did was to show the children some signs that they are familiar with. The first one that I held up was a stop sign, and the second one that I showed them was a traffic light or a robot. And these signs were going to be used later on in the lesson, but to get them started on recognizing when I wanted them to stop and when I wanted them to go. So the stop sign was to show them when we are doing an action and I hold up the stop sign, it meant that they had to freeze and stop in that action. Alternatively, as part of classroom management, the sign is also used to show the noise level is going a bit up, or the activity is a little too busy in the classroom, and so I would hold up the sign and the children automatically would know stop. Do you recognize this sign? Wonderful. Now your hand was up first.
Stop.
This sign. Let's go with this boy here in the front.
A robot.
What number is this? 2. And what number is this? 5. Wonderful. Now, these signs are going to be used to direct you. In other words, to give you an instruction on what to do. So, in the next activity, what we did was we seen if the children could follow instructions. For example, I would say to them, everybody, do you know what it is to blow up your cheeks? And I would give another instruction. Can you raise your right hand? And can you raise your left hand? Can you take your right hand and pat your head 3 times? And I would expect the children to follow that instruction. Pat your head 3 times. What does it mean when I say blow up your cheeks? I want you to click your tongue. Pat your head. Can everybody pat their heads with their right hand? With the following activity, we call the children to the front of the carpet, but there's also a very particular manner in which you're supposed to manage your children when they come to the carpet. So I say to them, I want you to pretend that you are walking on eggshells. Now I want you to make a space between you. Just put your hands out on the side of you, put your hands out in the front of you, so that you are not touching anybody, because this following activity involves quite big movements. I want you to pretend that you are walking past a lion's cage. And if you walk past the lion's cage, remember the lion is sleeping now. But if you come past his cage and you are too rowdy, if you make too much noise, he's going to wake up and he's going to growl and he's going to try and claw at you. So you must do it as quietly as possible. When you come to the front, I want you to space yourselves nicely. In other words, put your arms out to the side of you like that. And I also want you to give yourself some space in the front of you by putting out your arms in the front like that. Do you all understand?
Yes.
Right, now, very quietly, as if there's a sleeping lion next to you, I want you to come to the carpet in the front. Careful now, careful. I want you to space yourselves. That was very good. Most of you came out without waking the lion. Now put your arms in front of you to make sure you're not touching anybody. Very good. Now, we are going to sing a song this morning, and that song is called I'm Singing in the Rain. The first instruction is arms out. And you must put out your arms, and then we're going to sing a-too-ta-ta, a-too-ta-ta, a-too-ta-ta-ta, okay? And then we're going to sing the verse again. I'm singing in the rain, Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. Hold it, hold it. Arms up, thumbs up, elbows up. With the very next activity, we divided the learners into groups. So again, my flashcard came out. I said, I want you to get into groups of 5. I'm going to place on your table, and you've already been divided into groups. Let me demonstrate to you what the groups are. These 5 children sitting at this table over here, you are one group. The 4 children over there, you are another group. And in the last group over there, those 4 children. You are a group over here. This is a group over here with these 4 children. The 4 of you sitting at this table over here, you are one group. You are another group. The children sitting over here, you belong to one group. The children sitting over here, you belong to one group, and you belong to one group. Now, here's the secret, and watch carefully. Here is our flashcard. I have 10 of them, and I'm going to give each group one of them. I'm going to put it down on your table like that. But now, you must not show the group that is sitting next to you what has been written on your flashcard, okay? You must open it up very secretively, the 4 of you. You must open it up like this. You must see what it is, and the 4 of you must decide how you are going to demonstrate to the rest of the class what kind of animal you are, and they must guess. Do you understand how this activity works? Do you? Very good. Okay. First group, don't show the rest of the groups. Okay. There's the second group. Now, I want you to go and stand in that corner, that group over there. Go to that corner. I had the names of different animals written down, from elephant through to frog and giraffe and various animals that I had written down. And on each table, I'd given the groups their animal, and I gave them a couple of minutes in which to discuss and strategize as to how they were going to present the animal. So they would either make the sound of the animal, or they would move like the animal, or they would do some characteristic of the animal that the other children would be able to recognize. The rest of the class would then be given the opportunity to guess what kind of animal it is. See if you can guess what kind of animal they are. Go ahead, start. Oh, I have a hint over there. I heard. Thank you. Wonderful. Come stand here next to me. Boys and girls, now I heard them go squeak, 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 and I saw them dart about on the floor over here, moving very quickly. We're going to move to this side of the classroom over here, and we're going to ask if these guys can guess what kind of animal this group was.
Mouse.
It is indeed a mouse. Let's give them a clap. They behave just like a mouse. I think it's extremely important that educators realize we are in such a privileged position to be working with not only the future. It's become a very common cliche to say that educators are preparing the future generation and so on, but it's a little bit deeper than that. It's filled with a little bit more passion, a little bit more compassion, being thoroughly prepared for a lesson every day, making sure that I present the example of what society should be like tomorrow is a major motivational factor. So educators, I want to say to you, just put aside all the squabbles, put aside all the differences, put aside all the internal politics that may be happening at schools, and focus on your learners. Focus on what it is that you have been called to do.